Ernie, looking at the Mid-America for April, how did it look?
Our survey of supply managers in our 9-state region, the Mid-America region, the leading economic indicator from our April survey was strong. In fact, the strongest reading we've recorded in the past 3 years. So it's pointing to solid growth. Now, it was coming off some weak, at least not stellar results from the first quarter. In other words, we had some weather-related slower growth in the first quarter. So it's an improvement from that. So it was a good report looking and pointing to growth in the weeks and months ahead.
How about the employment numbers? How did they look for April?
The employment number was very good, pointing to growth over in the month of April and pointing to growth in the months ahead. We're seeing, for example, expansions in durable goods manufacturing for automobiles, for example, and automobile-linked companies. We're seeing in non-durable goods, for example, food manufacturing doing better, improving, looking better there. Ethanol, which is an important industry for many of the states that we survey, looking stronger. So all that's combining to move this Mid-America economy forward. I expect that to continue at least for the next 3 to 6 months. No signs of any real slowdown.
What about wholesale prices for the region?
Wholesale prices was up to the strongest number we've seen in quite some time. And of course, we've been tracking increasing inflationary pressures. That's not changing. Now, what this means, of course, is the Federal Reserve has indicated they're going to continue to remove the stimulus. Their stimulus, quantitative easing 3, we call it. What that means for the businesses out there and for the individuals is interest rates, long-term interest rates, are going to continue to rise. We're going to see those rise a bit more briskly in the weeks and months ahead, although interest rates will remain fairly competitive and low, but they are moving in a higher direction.
What about confidence for the region?
Confidence was up for the month also, and of course, a lot of that I think we can trace to just some of the coming off again of the weather-related issues in the first quarter. We're also, of course, the Affordable Care Act, at least that period has ended the sign-ups, and that I think is positive. At least we're not hearing positive for confidence. We're just not hearing much discussion of it. So the fact is, it's not in the news tends to, I think, raise confidence, and that's what we're seeing again.
What were some of the stronger areas for the region?
Well, exports was probably the biggest positive factor for the month. Export orders, new export orders, up very briskly, and of course that's going to be a big factor going forward. Imports were up as well as businesses in the region expand. They increase their purchasing from abroad. That was up. So all in all, it was a very good report. The states that are looking stronger, of course, North Dakota, still one of the strongest states in the region. Iowa continues to move along. Minnesota move along positively. Iowa is moving up briskly. Oklahoma a little softer than what we've seen in prior months, but still strong.
What else about the survey?
The survey was, all in all, it was a very good survey, much of what we expected. I expect this to continue, although the growth we see next month won't be as strong because, as I said, we came off some not so stellar results for the first quarter because of the weather. Now we're seeing weather improving, and the economy's improving with it. So the jumps that we will see in the months ahead won't be nearly as great, and we could see the index move a bit lower for the month of May. But a movement down you could still move down and still have a pretty good number for the month of May.